Peace to my soul family, peace to my soul tribe. Today we're gonna talk about, is the moon real? Come on, check it out. Now you have to understand, some of these celestial bodies that y'all are seeing are not fully organic. And what I mean by the moon not being fully organic is that the moon doesn't actually do what they tell you that it does in certain aspects. Now back when I first really started getting into my spiritual walk, my spiritual journey, I had this astral travel, but it wasn't an astral travel, it wasn't an actual dream. I was in what they like to call the hypnagogia state, or the twilight state, or the in-between state. My consciousness is between both realms, the 3D and the astral or spiritual realms. And I was able to perceive what was going on in the actual third dimensional realm and in the spiritual realm simultaneously. Now this experience was so real. I remember it clear as day as I'm talking about it. I remember sitting on this hill, and me and this being to the left of me was watching the sunset. And we were just talking about the cosmos, celestial bodies and things like that, just having a high vibratory talk. And then this being gonna look over to me and say, you know the moon ain't real, right? I straight, what you mean the moon ain't real? I see it right there. And then this being goes on to explain how the moon that we seen was switched out during the certain cycles of the moon. Now, after I had this experience, I tried to find any research I could on the moon not actually being the moon. And I couldn't find none. Until this one day I came across a David Icke book. Now, I don't remember the name of the book off the top of my head, but it was a blue book with a blue globe-looking lion on the front. And in that book, it was a section titled The Moon Matrix. So as I'm reading this section, it completely blew my mind. And I only read a small section of it. So as I was reading this small section, all the dots began to connect, and I began to get channeled downloads about what the moon really is. Now, yes, the moon does govern certain processes that take place in this planet, in this realm, but also y'all gotta understand it's an artificially intelligent construct. The moon is real, but it's not real how we think it is. The moon is actually an extraterrestrial base. I straight up show you this in the movie Moonfall and Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. So what does this moon do? What does this moon matrix do? Generally, this moon is an artificially intelligent matrix. Like I said, where different extraterrestrial beings go in and have meetings. It's a base. And it's also utilized to siphon your soul and your consciousness back to this realm in reality. Like a soul harvesting center, but not actually harvesting the souls. It's kind of like a tractor beam for souls. Because the light that it utilizes is this white light. And we've been programmed to believe that it's for our benefit when we transcend. When in all actuality, if we're chaos beings and non-etheric beings, when we transcend, we should go back towards the darkness, not the light. Because the whole misconstruction with going back towards the light is that light isn't actually light, it's actually darkness. Which is why light is so bright that it can be blinding. The darkness can get so dark that you can literally see everything. The moon also emits a negative photonic energy, which is very, very powerful and necessary for us non-etheric neuromelanated beings. Because as the sun is feeding us biophotons to charge up our neuromelanin, the moon is feeding us anti-photonic energy or antiphotons or dark matter energy to help feed that chaotic side of us, that limitless and boundless side of us, so that we are able to perceive it and be able to transmute that high amount of denser energy, dark matter energy. So what is the purpose for all this? Simplistically, it's just to help you to understand different aspects that exist within you by working with the moon outside of you. Because a certain level of extraterrestrial being inside this moon base, and this moon base emits anti-photonic energy or antimatter, it's literally showing you how the dark chaotic energy inside of you is officiated to different benevolent and malevolent aspects of you, different personalities and traits and beings that are activated within you. And it shows you how to work with and transmute them back into unison and harmony. I ain't saying stop working with the moon, it's just a little fruit for your scalp, I say.